Hey everybody. This morning I saw an article in the Wisconsin Law Journal, and it was about a really fun topic of civil litigation, which they're going to be voting on a bill in the Senate this week. And I started to write out a Facebook post about it, and I thought the amount of people who see something about a civil litigation bill on a Monday morning on Facebook that are actually going to look at it is probably 2.5 people. So I thought, why not a quick video, see if I can sum it up that way, sum up what I'm thinking on it. Um, so it passed the Assembly, and what it basically says is it updates all sorts of rules pertaining to civil lawsuits that employees can bring against a company if they're injured on the job, rules about class action lawsuits, and other legal proceedings. And from what I've read, it's pretty far-reaching. And why does it come to my attention? Because when I see these things, I try to ask myself, why are they coming about and why now? And then you can go to the Wisconsin Legislature website, which is a really handy tool, and you can find the bill. And then you see who introduced it, and it's all Republicans. And then you can see how it passed in the Assembly. It passed on a party line vote, all Republicans voting for it, all Democrats voting against it. And so if it was just something that needed to be updated because of outdated rules from the early 1900s, then why wouldn't it have more bipartisan support? And so then another nifty thing they have on the legislative website is a list of who lobbies in favor and against a certain bill. And so if you look at that, you can see groups lobbying in favor of it are the American Family Insurance Group, the American Petroleum Institute, Koch Industries, the Dairy Business Association, Wisconsin Manufacturing and Commerce, Metropolitan Milwaukee Association of Commerce. So a lot of big business groups are in favor of it. Lobbying against the Alliance for Responsible Consumer Legal Funding. And the state bar kind of took a neutral stance. From what I saw, they had some people who were in favor of it and some lawyers who were opposed because it was pretty sweeping. A lot of stuff in this bill. And so, as someone who wants to be a legislator, and someone who's only taking small donations, and someone who likes to go out into the district and see what people want, I can tell you that I didn't see in 2016, and I'm sure you didn't either, anyone on the campaign trail saying, vote for me, send me to Madison, and I am going to make it a little more difficult and put more time constraints if you want to bring a lawsuit against the company. Vote for me, and I'm going to make it more difficult to bring class action lawsuits if you want to get together with your friends and neighbors and have a redress of whatever has happened bad to you from a company or a business. They don't say that because it's not a winning argument. It's not something that gets across to people, and people don't want that, and so they don't say it. And the other telling thing is that once it passes, and it did pass the Assembly, you don't see press releases from Assembly people saying, we did this, because they know it's just a help to the businesses. That's what it is. Now, we need businesses, we need a thriving economy, I get that, but what happens is the legislators don't get together and say, how can we make a thriving economy in Wisconsin? These groups send their lobbyists. The lobbyists oftentimes have model legislation that they hand over, but most times they just say, hey, we don't want these lawsuits. We want to make it more difficult because it costs us money. So, and now why do they have the ear of the legislators? Because in addition to the lobbying, they make all sorts of donations. There are limits to personal donations you can give to a candidate, but there aren't limits on what they can give to campaign committees through their PACs. And so that money filters around, and it's to the tune of millions of dollars over the last few years. And so that's why it's party line vote. That's why these things are written. That's why they come up. And that's why they don't talk about them to the voters. And so next time you see your lawmaker, or you see everybody campaigning this summer and fall, ask them about this. Or just pay attention and see if they talk about things like this, because they don't. Because it's not popular, and it's not something that people want to hear. So if I'm lucky enough to get to Madison, a big part of what I'm going to do, because I'm a dork and I love reading this stuff, is just tell people what's really going on and follow the money. And you can trust me, because I'm not going to take that money. I'm just going to take small donations and rely on you so you can rely on me. And so if you want to help us out, calabreseforwisconsin.com. Send us $5, volunteer, anything you want to do, and we can keep an eye on what's going on in Madison for you. So have a good week. I like doing these videos. Maybe I'll do some more. Take care.